Hello friends, Namaste. Good morning or good evening everyone. So this is Lavanya. I live in Australia. So I'll be the host for this session with divine blessings of Dr. Brahmashi Subhash Patriji and Swarnamala Patriji. Let us start our today's session. I would like you to welcome back to our Divine Breath YouTube channel, a PSSM Australia initiative of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. Please do subscribe the Divine Breath YouTube channel. So from the past 2 weeks, we have started with this book called The Power of Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. So narrated by our own master, Sohana from California. Let me give you a day to recap. So we were talking about conscious and subconscious mind. So it's an excellent way to get acquainted with two functions of our mind is to look upon your own mind as a garden. And if you're a gardener and you're planting seeds, that is our thoughts in a subconscious mind all day long based on your habitual thinking, as you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap in your body and environment. Your subconscious mind may be likened to the soil, which will grow all kinds of seeds, good, either it's good or bad. So every thought is therefore a cause and every condition is an effect. We also talked that the subconscious is subject to the conscious mind, and that is why it is called as subconscious or subjective. And our subconscious mind power is not dependent on willpower. So it was, even Sohana gave an example for that. So to remove, discard, confusion, lack, and limitation, we must remove the cause, and the cause is the way we are using our conscious mind. Our thoughts form the mold or matrix through which infinite intelligence, wisdom, vital forces, and energies of a subconscious flow. So with this, I would like to welcome Sohana to take over. Welcome, Sohana.
Thank you, Lavanya. Thank you so much. And I really love the way you do the recap. And yes, it was so beautiful. And yes, let's get started. Until now, till the last 2 weeks, we were all just dealing with the chapter 1 and knowing about things in chapter 1. But from today, we are getting started with the chapter 2. And, there are many things where I feel like, I just don't feel like skipping things because no one is going to write a book with something that doesn't make sense. So they are writing a book, they are investing so much time. It means every word and every line is very valuable wisdom for us. So that is how I feel and that is how I read books. So I would like to just cover all the topics in depth too. So let's get started. And today it's all about how our own mind works. Like, as we have understood in the previous chapter, that we have two different minds. So one is creative and one is subjective and one is objective. So something which is subjective is also called as creative. So today it's all about creative, I mean your subconscious mind. It's a creative part. So here the author clearly tells that wherever your objective mind is there, so your objective mind is the root of your thoughts. So where does your thoughts lie? Your thoughts always lie in your objective mind. So then how about things we feel? How about the way we express our feelings, right? So emotions, the feelings we express is called, in which way we express our feelings is emotions. So you feel happy, then how do you express it out? Either you smile, either you laugh, and there are certain gestures, right? So they are all called emotions. So your emotions lie in your subconscious mind. So it's just that, that is why it is even called as a creative mind. So it's all about the emotions. So here I've again made a PPT, and let's get started with the PPT too. Yeah, can you actually see my screen? Okay. So yeah, so here is, it's very simple, that it's just that think good and good will follow, and think evil, evil follows. So you're what you think all your day. So we never realize that, right? So we just think that, have you ever just sat and count how many thoughts that we actually get in certain set of time? Like, if you just take for a minute and you think how many different thoughts you fluctuate in. And it's just that your subjective mind doesn't know, like, to think or to not to think, or what to think. It has no idea about it, doesn't understand the language of thoughts. It doesn't understand. So here what happens is, only your objective mind, what it does is, in your daily life, how you live, that is why they say everything matters, right? How you live, and what all you choose to choose for your survival, everything matters. So those all impact on your objective mind. So that is how you keep thinking, have you ever thought that, uh it's just that from the time we were born, if we got succeeded, or if we got good marks in an exam, who taught us to be happy? Who taught us that it's a happy thing to feel happy? And if you fail in an exam, who taught us to cry? So it's just that our surroundings, our environment, based on that, that is how we get along, that is how we start thinking. So it's just basically about uh, your environment, your surroundings, and every day what will you get to meet. But here the author clearly says is, it's not easy, as we were discussing in the last session, because it's all about lying to ourselves when situation is not certain. And if we just keep lying to ourselves that, think good, think good, think good, and that affirmation itself is going to be a lot burdening for us. And after certain point of time, we ourselves realize that, we get exhausted with that. I am trying to teach myself, I am trying to tell myself, but nothing is working out in the direction that I wanted. But it's very important to take charge. Even our Guru Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji also. And I've heard multiple times from him saying that whenever you get a bad thought, it's absolutely your responsibility to take charge and to take control of everything, and sit there for a second, relax into your breath, and change your negative thought into positive thought. So don't leave your negative thought like that. Just think, and don't release it immediately. Just turn it positive. Though you like, though you don't like, though you feel it's right or not right, but all we got to do is change it into good thing. Because why? And this is a, and I have an example for this. Basically, see, you're what you think all your day. So it's just that sometimes what happens, I have, like, in our work we get to meet multiple people, and we'll have meetings. And if you're in maybe software field or so, half of the day you get to meet people. talk to them continuously. So in that case, what happens, you know, we get drained by our energy talking to multiple people. So in that case, after certain meetings, you start thinking in a drained level of mind. We start thinking that I have a lot of work to do and there is so much to complete, and will I be able to complete or not? And this something what we think today will carry to the next day, because we didn't complete the thought or we didn't change the thought into positive. So that incomplete thought, unfinished thought is going to carry to the next day too. So we keep that is why everybody feels so stressed and feels so exhausted when it comes to work. No one likes to work happily. Everybody wants to enjoy a vacation happily, but nobody wants to enjoy their work. And this is how it is. Whenever we leave our negative thoughts unfinished or incomplete, not changing into positive, and that is how it gets carried away. Not just work, but anything, if at all it's, in my case, what happens is every day when I live alone. So every day when I get into my kitchen, I used to think, oh my God, today again I have to cook. Like, I have to cook. And this is not, and every day I'm eating. If I just keep on eating outside, first of all, I don't get food to eat outside, because this is not somewhere called India. And this is always, people sell a lot of meat outside. And I don't get my vegan food most of the time. So all I gotta do is prepare my food at home, and I get exhausted every day. Then what I started doing is, no, this is not the way I can do. Then I myself used to go to the grocery store and get all colorful vegetables and fruits, and I used to just make it colorful for me. To just, I used to motivate myself to go do it. And but again, that used to drain. So again, our guru again says that it's always our responsibility to update our thinking pattern. Like a snake, every time you shed something and then again start something new. And this should keep on happening. So this is the most important thing. The root cause of negative thinking, or root cause of something that we are being in stressed, it's called heterosuggestions or autosuggestions. Every person in this world encounters with these two. So heterosuggestion is something, we go to school or we go to college or we go to office, wherever you go, or all of us have friends. So what we do most of the time, whatever other people talk or whatever other people suggest us, we are going to take it to ourselves. Though sometimes might be because of ego, or might be something because we don't like, we just ignore it on the moment, but we will have it at the back of our mind. We carry that suggestion, that what they have said, because all we got to do is we live on proving ourselves to other people, right, most of the time. So they said this, so I have to do this, and if I do this, and that is how I make something sense to that person, or else I'm completely not a person at all, and that is how we feel. So to prove ourselves to other people, we take suggestions, and that is called hetero suggestion. And that is how the trending word comes in, right? Why everybody says it's trending? Because one person starts and everybody, tries to prove that. And that is hetero suggestions. And auto suggestion. Auto suggestion is something that we ourselves start suggesting based on hetero suggestions. It's a link, it's a chain of things. We heard that, and we don't know, because everybody's journey is unique and everybody's journey is completely different. But all we got to do is, maybe we all live together, or we all work together. We take it that, okay, we are all same. Of course we are all same from the origin, but everybody has their own different part to perform in this reality. So when they have their own part, see, if you just figure it out, um, you know, um, in office or in a team, or if you just take a construction team. in a construction company, right? If it's a construction company, we have set of builders, we have set of architects, we have set of masons doing it, we have set of frontline workers there. So we have different set of people working together for a construction. Just the way in this world, everybody plays their own part and everybody's role is different. It differs definitely, and not everybody likes on the same pace. But like this, the construction team in their lunch break, they all meet at a point and they all sit together and eat. And that is how in some situations we all meet. Sometimes I and my friend, we both lie in the same situation and we think that, oh my god, even I am in the same situation, and that is how it is. And sometimes we just do that. Sometimes we land in the same situations, but that doesn't mean your destination and the other person's destination is going to be same. That is not going to happen. Everybody, it's different and it's the same. So what happens is, after this hetero suggestions and auto suggestions, our objective mind, based on these suggestions, it makes up its belief patterns. So that is how we start accepting things, and that is how we start receiving things from this daily experiences, daily people we encounter with. So that is how we take things. So here your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It accepts what your conscious mind decrees. And do you understand this? And this is very real. So your subconscious mind, it says that it doesn't understand the language, then how would it argue? So it is just that it listens whatever you say because it has no clue. For example, if you say, and this is also one of the greatest example from Rhonda Byrne, a book called Secret, and that is how even she explains it. If you say, I can't afford it, it may be true, but do not say it. So most of the people who are with lot of ego, they succeed to a point because they want to prove it, they want to do it. So they don't accept or they don't receive suggestions from other people, right? So select better thought decree, I'll buy it, I accept it in my mind. So it is just that whatever you want in your life, first it has to be in your mind. If it enters it into your mind, whatever you want, that should enter into your mind. If that enters into your mind, that can enter into your life. So your mind is the entry point. So if you don't allow it into your mind, you can't allow it into your life. It's that simple. So this, the real example I can tell you for this is, in this COVID situation, if we take this COVID situation, most of us, in the form of fear, we invite COVID. It enters into our mind. We go because every day we don't have to go to social gatherings, but every day we have to go to our grocery stores. We have to do our daily duties, right? But it's all aligned with people, and there are no certain things only available for us. So in that situation, we just go out and go to the market, get some things, and while coming back, we just start thinking that, oh my god, I've been into this big social circle, then how about it? And we have entered it, we have let it into our mind, and that's the first stage. Once it's in our mind, it will sow its we have sowed the seeds and it is going to become a plant. Now it is growing. So that is how it is. And for this, a great example is the health issues, diseases. And the disease are just caused like this. The moment we let it in our mind, and it is going to spread all over our body. And that is how it grows. And why am I stressing it for the physical issues or health issues? Because that is the only thing that every human being can figure it out. If you're not well, if you're ill, we can realize it. We recognize the illness within us. But something, we are mentally ill, we don't realize it, we don't recognize it. So this is the only biggest example that can be seen. Your mind can't be seen. Your thoughts can be seen. So that is why we can't recognize them. We feel they're minute, and most of the time we negotiate with ourselves, and most of the time we ignore them. And that is how we live in ignorance. Yeah. So what we do is, you have power to choose health and happiness. You can choose to be friendly, or you can choose to be unhealthy. Choose to be cooperative, joyous, friendly, lovable, and the whole world will respond. And this is the best way to develop a wonderful personality. So when you have the power to choose, why do we choose something negative for us? It was just that we don't know. We were living in ignorance. So we don't know what is healthy, what is unhealthy, what is happiness, and what is sadness. Unless and until we live with that, we don't know. Not at the moment we don't even feel happy or sad. It should it should sunk in ourselves. It should sunk in our objective mind and subjective mind, and that is how we start feeling things, right? So just the way, when we have power to choose what is good for us, why aren't we not choosing it? Because and uh, recently in the latest enlightenment hour with Patriji, and I was watching it, then I realized something. When I was listening, he just, from out of nowhere, I just found a link in my group, WhatsApp groups. Then I just clicked on it, and I went, like, I've got into the Zoom meeting. And the moment I got into that, and Sir started telling me that Gautam Buddha left his palace for enlightenment. Out of nowhere, you're not even leaving or getting up from your bed. How can you even attain enlightenment? And that word, or that words were really making sense to me. Because yes, most of the time in the ignorance, with lots of laziness, we don't choose right things, though we know. Though here I am speaking today, but even I lack some of the things in my life in correcting them to the right point. And again, even from him only I've heard, gradually, because this is not about controlling business, this is all about coordinating and cooperating business with your mind. So if you keep on controlling it, once you again lose the control, there is nothing that you have laid a ground. So it's always that cooperating. Yes, cooperating takes some time. Every newborn baby, until they get into their, from infant to a kid stage, you know we have to cooperate with them, because they don't know anything. We teach them eventually, just the way we got to do that. So this is the best way to develop a wonderful personality. So that is how we keep counting. And if you learn to check your thoughts, if you learn to understand your thoughts, slowly you will understand to make your thoughts neutral. So after learning making your thoughts neutral, and that is the next stage, that you will learn to making your thoughts right. So neutral is something, for example, I'll tell you, whenever someone pisses me off, I will be like so mad at them, and I will be with full of anger. Like, if suppose when I'm with full of anger, and if I just start speaking, or if I just acting with my anger, what happens is we will make a very big mess out of it. There are certain words left out, which that we are not supposed to say. And we hurt other people, and eventually, because we are hurt, and that is why we are angry, and then we are showing it to the other people. So in this case, and this is the initial stage, this is how I used to react with my anger. After I've practiced, after I worked on it, whenever I get angry, because angry, fear, all of this are all of this are normal. It's not that they are abnormal. Every person, because we come from a animal nature, So this is all normal for us. I've understood that. So after that, after understanding, I've started working on it. The moment I realized this is not okay with me, the moment I realized this is not something I'm feeling normal, I'm angry now. I used to just stop talking. I used to just go with the silence. 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, I used to again come back to my senses and realize that everybody has their part to do. Everybody has their emotions. Probably I don't know what is going in the background with them. So it's not something that, just with a one word or one action, I just can't go that way. So I used to make myself understand. And is it easy? Because whenever we are angry, sometimes it can take days for us to make ourselves understand that what is actually going on with us right now. But I have come there, and then slowly, whatever it is, though angry, though mad, something, whatever, some negative thing, fears or anything. So it's just that I started understanding. I started fading my emotions completely, because as I started fading my emotions, I started seeing things much more clearly. And after that, I've started being so compassionate. Instead being angry, instead being competitive, I started being compassionate and so nice to them. And that is how I can see myself, and how much it turned me to the much more positive side of life. And after that, again, we will be in a stage where our environment is still with the animal nature, people all around us, but we have been with a very calm state. And people start realizing, how can a person be so uh, you know with no feelings and with completely with a lame mental state? What is even happening with him? Is she responding to life or no? And that is how people think. But yes, you are doing it peacefully, like peacefully, there is something called God that everybody believes in, which is very big and ultimate source. Can you ever hear from God, or do you ever see God? And is that possible, at least? Because it's all lives in the calmness that you go. And the moment you start experiencing that calmness and that peace, and trust me, that's beyond the happiness that you get with your objective mind. And it's something, the moment that is there with you, you feel that you're satisfied. Your part is done working on yourself. And all you got to do is start helping people. And from that, again, you start learning. And the other phase. So you keep on moving dimensions. In every dimension, trust me, you will experience the calm peace. Every stage you go above, it is going to become much more silent and silent and silence. And trust me, there were days, because I'm just 23 years old. So we are a lot of people, youth is not about much more noisy making, and lot with music and XYZ cultures and parties. So I was a person who needs a lot of music, a lot of sound. And this change is very incredible, that I started loving silence, a deep silence. Like, it's so beautiful, and something that I can't express it in my words. So eventually, once you start developing your personality, you will be left with wisdom and silence. That's it. The more you gain your wisdom, that silent you're going to be. So your conscious mind is the watchman at the gate. Its chief function is to protect your subconscious mind from false impressions. Choose to believe that something good can happen, and is happening. So, your greatest power is your capacity to choose happiness and abundance. So, most of the time, the first point, can you see something? Your conscious mind is the watchman at the gate. Then, when you know your conscious mind is controlling your subconscious mind, what's the point in giving it the negative thoughts? something which can lead your life into the way you don't want. So if we understand this point, we make sure with ourselves that we are giving the right suggestions to us. So that is why it was told that we create our reality. Yes, of course, we are creating our reality. And its function is only to protect your subconscious mind from false impressions. But what happens is, most of the time, we all have become like this, that no matter we hurt other person, no matter we hurt how many people ever, all you do is, are we focused on our goal or no? Are we on our line to the mark, to the target? That is how we do, right? And most of the times we doesn't care how other person is feeling and what will we do. It's just that we are being smart. That's it. And that's the only word we carry to cover ourselves. But we are not smart. We are making our cause and effect baggage, we are increasing it. We are increasing that baggage. So here it's just that we do this to ourselves, that doing the auto suggestions in a wrong way, we generate our suggestions in a very wrong way, that that's okay. All I have to concentrate is on my target, is on my goal. So doesn't matter how many other people it is and whichever way I go and whatever things I do, doesn't matter. But what that happens is, that one single success with the negative root or something, whichever it is, that will make a very huge impact on your subconscious mind. So from then, your subconscious mind and conscious mind, their communication would be, your conscious mind starts thinking that it completely changes its perception of thinking. That no more the negative thinking is not negative thinking. It's a smart way of thinking. So that smart way of thinking keeps on continuing. And end of the day, if you turn back and see, there is only smartness you are left with, where you don't know from where it started and where it ends, unless and until you land in a very huge mess and you have no other way to go or see. At that point of time, your mind doesn't know that you have turned a false impression to the right thinking. So always, every second, if you just relax into your breath, you got to do nothing, relax into your breath, and automatically you can see your thoughts very clear, that are they working for you or they're not working for you. So suggestions and statements of others have no power to hurt you. The only power is the movement of your own thoughts. You can choose to reject the thoughts or statements of others and affirm the good. You have the power to choose how you will react. So this is something all we know, and it's been told in a many good and beautiful forms in everybody's own respective ways. But yes, suggestions and statements of others have no power to hurt, no power to hurt you. And that is what the author says. And that's very true. Just a second. Um, Sorry about that. So suggestions and statements, and this is so common that okay. So if you just try experimenting this, so if you are in a if you're in a messy situation or mind full of anger or negative feelings or negative thoughts, so at that moment of time, just to relax into your breath. After relaxing into your breath, whatever the other person, you went to your friend, or you heard something about, these days people talk a lot, not mentioning it directly. So there are many things, many ways that we get triggered to. You should figure out for yourself that what kind of things you get triggered. So at that situation, take that situation, you should have that courage to go and stand in that situation and make yourself so peaceful. Okay, relax into your breath, and then whatever the other person that you have heard from, or whatever they have told you, just let it not sunk into yourself. Conscious mind can think thousands of thoughts in a day, thousands of thoughts, but which thoughts can enter into your subconscious mind? The thoughts which you have been impressed intensively, on and on, with what is intense. Intense is something, the amount of percentage you believe in. So if you believe 10%, it's 10% intense. If you believe 100%, it's 100% intense. So whichever intensively you keep on impressing, and that thought can pass from conscious mind to subconscious mind. So if you get thousands of thoughts in a day, or thousands of suggestions from other people, the way you believe is important. How intensively are you believing it? So based on that, relax, and then don't sunk it. Just in the outer layer, analysis layer, with your logical objective mind, just think about it. Was it right? Because if that's even been told that in this world, the people around us, the family with us, the friends with us, this is all something we have a soul contract with them. Everybody is here to wake us up from something. So whatever they have told you, it's eventually important to take it positive. If you actually see this, whatever the other person is telling you, if you take it positively, that could help you instead pushing it out. If you just keep on doing that. But this whole slide is just explaining about something called stoicism. So this word called stoicism has come from Gautam Buddha. So what does Gautam Buddha do is, there was a great story that when he was in the forest, when he was doing his big shatan, at that time, when they live in the nearby forest and they had to go to the nearby village to go for their alms of food. So when they are going to that, in a street, there are certain, there are a group of people who were just chit chatting in that street. So they just see Gautam Buddha and all the bodhisattvas, all the monks, and they say that, you guys are all very fit, and why are you even doing this big shatan? So why can't you guys go and work and earn your own things, and why are you just doing that? Then they all just embarrass those monks, and they ask, who is your you know um, lead monk? Then everyone shows that Gautam Buddha is our lead monk. Then they go to Gautam Buddha and they say that, you are even good than them, then why are you not doing this? Why are you leading other people in a wrong direction, or a wrong way? He just hears whatever the other person says and walks out so easily from that. And I really didn't understand that, why did he even do? Because Gautam Buddha had all the powers to change anything, then why didn't he do that? It was just that whatever the other person said came within from him, the other person. So how am I responsible? Unless and until I take that, or I receive it into me, that is when I become responsible. He released all his anger on me. It's my choice to take it or no. So if you take it, you are going to make a soul contract with an anonymous person. And what type of soul contract it is? Anger, revenge. So then if you see that, do you think are we going in a right direction? What was our goal? Our goal was to go to a ultimate path, but still we are landing and we got stuck up with all these kind of situations. So when this is happening, and that is how the word came out called stoicism, we have all the powers and rights to choose what we want. If that is the case, if when we are choosing our things, then all we can do is ignore everybody's, you can just hear all the things, then you can validate in your mind and take what you want and leave what you don't need. So that is all about this slide. The next one, watch what you say. Yes, I've heard from Lavanya also, and she was talking to Patri sir about a book called Vakshetra. So this is it all about. Watch what you say. You have to account for every idle word. If you check all these keen things, the root cause, if you have heard about the Eightfold Path of Gautam Buddha. Eightfold Path of Gautam Buddha says right word, right action, right concentration, right meditation, and right mindfulness, and right practice, right livelihood. There are set of things. Everything counts. What are all those 8 things? They're all something you function with your sense organs. What are your sense organs? Mind is the collection of sense organs. All your sense organs generate energy, they function with your energy. You say good words, you're releasing good energy. You see good things, you are releasing good energy from your eyes. You hear good things, then you're releasing good energy. So all your sense organs function with your energy. So that is how the Eightfold Path has come. So watch what you say, and you have account for every idle word. Yes, every thought, every action, every speech counts, because this is very true. Okay, this was a very funny way that author has explained. Never say I will fail. Never say I will lose my job. Never say I can't pay the rent, because your subconscious mind cannot take a joke. It doesn't know it's a joke or it's sarcasm. Nothing. It doesn't know. It can just take it. So it brings all these things to pass. So that is why for every word, for every action, or every thought, we gotta pay. We end up paying. That is how give and take is all about. And your mind is not evil. No force of nature is evil. It depends how you use the power of nature. Use your mind to bless, heal, and inspire all the people everywhere. So your mind is not evil, first of all. How it became evil, we just discussed it. With the negative false impressions, it kept on increasing. So no force of nature is also evil. Okay, trust me, your mind and your this nature, your mind is connected to this nature, right? So your mind is neutral, this nature is also neutral. There is nothing called positive and nothing called negative, because your mind and this universe are substances of uniform, like only one form. Okay, they are not in the duality, they are only in the oneness. So they have only one, they don't have right or wrong, good or bad, they're all just one. It's nature and it's mind, and they can feature or they can function it in certain ways. So it depends on how you use your power of nature. Use your mind to bless, heal, inspire all the people everywhere. If you want to still have the taste of this, use your mind to bless, heal, and inspire all the people everywhere, you can just go through the book called The Buddha's Wife, The Path of Awakening together. And that is how you can realize what all good things that you can actually use, or the powers you can use from, the powers you can use for yourself. So never say I can't. Overcome that fear by substituting the following. Yes, this is how Patriji was also telling, see, whenever you have this negative thought called I can't, then you can immediately change it to overcome the fear by substituting I can do all the things through the power of my own subconscious mind. So most of us, there are different people and different age groups of people, different minds and different tribes of people. So in this case, we all together are scared of only one thing called death, aren't we? We are all scared of that single one thing. So I have heard many times from Patriji saying that, whenever fear is out of all that, fear is just that ending of something is ending of something leads us to fear. So he says that when you're thinking that it is ending you to it is leading you to an end, then why don't you think beyond the end? If you start thinking something beyond the end, then you will lose your fear. If it's death, yes, it's of course just death. What can happen? It's good that you have achieved something, and because it's always been told that your only physical body has the death, not your mental body, not your emotional body. So all these bodies are going to certainly live after that also. So we are already living. We are already living after we left. So he always explains that if you are scared of ends, or if you are scared of certain end, think beyond the end. Cross that end and start thinking what can happen. Nothing can happen. We are still living. So that is how this is all about. And begin to think from the standpoint of eternal truths and principles of life, and not from the standpoint of fear, ignorance, and superstition. So, superstition is a word that I have always heard it initially from my elder people. I mean, it's just that there are many foolish superstitions that I get to see in everyday life when I encounter different people. Then I just certainly I don't understand, but I just respect their perception, so I can do that. So it's just that those superstitions, what all people have created with this wisdomful mind, if you think in it, and you can see the eternal truths and principles. So what happened is, those are eternal truths and principles, but how did it turn into superstition? Now, after understanding the truth and principles, I am following certain kind of lifestyle that other people can see that she is living with superstitions. Because I have left my fear and ignorance that led me to understand the eternal truths and principles. But for other people, they still didn't leave all of those. So still they can see it as a superstition. But every superstition has lots of truth and loads of wisdom behind it. Then that is how we gotta look from that. So that is how he's trying to actually explain. So it's just that your eternal truths and principles, if you just observe it keenly, then you understand. So observing, what does observing actually says, and how does it actually makes us feel? So observing is nothing but the awareness plus your mindfulness. These both, how far they are working together, and what is the percentage of awareness you are in, and what is the mindful percentage that you hold with. So if you actually consider these two and keep on checking all of these, and that is how you start increasing your thinking, increasing your awareness. And then do not let others do your thinking for your own. And I think this is the most common point, and I don't have to explain, I feel. So choose your own thoughts and make your own decisions. So yes, this is the summary of the every slide that we are getting. Choose your own thoughts and make your own decisions. So yeah, you're the captain of your soul, which is called, okay, soul. There is something called soul, there is something called subconscious, and now we have realized that our subconscious mind is our soul. So you're the captain of your soul, something called subconscious mind, and the master of your fate. And that is how we have been told that we create our own reality. So remember, you have the capacity to choose. Choose what? Choose life, choose love, choose health, and choose happiness. So when you know what all to do, and what are you still waiting for? So it's just that take your charge and start cooperating with yourself. And whatever your conscious mind assumes and believes to be true, whatever your subconscious mind assumes and believes to be true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring to pass. So believe in good fortune, divine guidance, right action, and all the blessings of your life. Yes, it's very important for us to count on our blessings. So, what are our blessings? Our every good thought will lead us to a blessing, a good blessing. So just the way, believe in good fortune, divine guidance. It's not just that throughout we are going through this book, all we got to understand something is that uh like throughout this book, the only key point that we have to keep at the back of our mind is something that whatever you're telling it to yourself does not depend on your willpower. You're not responsible for everything in this world, though when it comes to you also. So it's just that everything, if you want to become a millionaire, it is not that you should start from right from the start, right from the start, like doing all the frontline things and then going to the higher things, and that's not the way how we do. It's just that a thought works in certain way. Believe in good fortune, and that is how most of the law of attraction secret book has affirmations saying that, why don't you go write a check for yourself for $1 billion. So yes, see, that will work. So it's just that you don't have to link your willpower to every thought or affirmation that you give it to yourself. And yeah, thank you. So this was all about the chapter 2, and it was just not full that we did it, but yeah, still we have something to continue in the next session too.
As usual, thank you so much, Suhana. Sorry, Sohana. And still
Yeah.
with my own belief, probably. Yeah. So let us take questions. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Friends, if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand or put it in the chat, whichever way you feel comfortable. Okay, Shrikant sir, you can go.
Hello, Ms. Lavanya.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Thank you. First point. Thank the first word for both of you. I am following you since long, as I told you. Really fantastic message you are passing on every day. But last time when you conducted the class, at that time I was in station. So it was night and I was unable, though I wanted to have an interaction with you, but I could not because of I was in station and I was with the people who were sleeping because it was a midnight. You know, in India it is midnight. So now let me come to the point. I have a lot many things to share with you after first class when I attended. Before that only, I had a lot of confusion in my mind. Of course, positive affirmation, positive thinking, everything is everybody knows it, right? But what is happening today? Yeah, though we are positively thinking, but I have believe feel something different. For example, I say, as you rightly said, last time you gave an example. example, I want to eat this particular ice cream. Okay, we okay, desire about it and dream about it. Then simultaneously, another thought process comes to the mind. Is it possible? That is it possible that word comes? That harps on more on our mind. So that belief will be on that particular thing. Probably we may fail in that. If I'm right, let's get it. Okay, this is one part. I have a very good experience after I had a lot of interaction with you and Lavanya through this session. I'm facing, let me be open to you, I'm facing a lot of financial crisis. So, what to do? Actually, during the time, due to some problem, we have deposited our gold in bank, and that to Bangalore, and we have shifted ourselves to the Belgaum. I can share it,
Yes, sir.
because it's very important point where because I wanted to correlate with the subject you have taken and how it has affected on me. Positively, it has worked. Let me be frank with you. But it was very interesting when uh, suddenly when I received a notice from the bank that you have to release your gold, but I did not have any single point. But the message you were passing it on always carry the positive message. Dream about it. But unfortunately, dreaming was not coming true. I was not unable to dream it, but I used to just put a positive affirmation in my mind finance will be made. Okay. Went to Bangalore. During that time, to the bank, when I went to the bank, they said that there was a lot of confusion and other things. How to do it, whether I have to sign it or not. And at the point said that the manager said, no, you have to pay it and clear it up or uh, and your wife has to. But my firm belief was something it will happen. Then I was talking to my friend, I want some 2 lakh rupees. I was telling about that. But you believe me, at around 3 up to 3:30, the cases were kabhi haan, kabhi na. That was a status. Very bad situation. How to bring out that gold also, what to do. But at present, I don't have even a pie also. That was running, but simultaneously, when I was talking to my friend, he said, I'll make some arrangement. And he was not having money. Then he called to somebody. You believe me, at the end of the day, at around 3:50, 2 lakh rupees has fallen in my account. And 3:55, the bank was supposed to close. I went and talked to the manager, Madam Damodar. But why you are sitting here? The person who was going with you left. No, he has told that you wait for it. Somebody will be coming and doing it for you because I have got some other work to follow it up. If your amount comes, let us. Then anyway, but now it has come. What shall I do? But he has left, and she said, "Don't worry, I will manage." She immediately took out the card, transferred a lot of formalities. She did it within 5 minutes. Everything is over and came out of it. Gold in my hand. Of course, at that time, whatever it is, hand loan, whatever it is. But believe me, within 5 minutes before closing of the day, but the 2 lakhs has come. So subconscious mind, Lavanya and yourself and Sohana were talking. Yes, I was strongly carrying that message. But back of the mind, there was some confusion. But again, I used to shift back to the same thing. No, whatever happens, it will solve my problem. So at the end of the day, it has happened. That is what I wanted to share. A very good experience I had. But with all these things, again, we fail many times, though we had a very good experience. Next day, again, we go back to the old trend. How to come out of this? Really, still I am under confusion. Yes, it has happened. And still I have got some other problems. I require a few more things to get it cleared. but I'm conveying a message after attending the classes. I'm more positive affirmations of putting in my brain, and thought process goes somewhere. Then again, I try to come back to the breathe and again convey the message that how to, is it the correct way or anything has to be done for that.
So yeah, it was very beautiful experience. And actually, sir, for this, whenever we are not in the, we are not able to catch our thoughts, or we are not able to work with our thoughts. I mean, there is a fluctuation happens with everyone. You know, in this, some things work, and for some things, we just don't lie in the same state. So when that is the case, all you got to do is meditate as much as you can, because your thoughts can only listen to your meditation. If you meditate as much as you want, you know, for sometimes we don't let ourselves, like, we don't like to sit in meditation. But if you forcibly make yourself sit for 5 or 10 minutes, then you actually catch up with that. And after certain time, the unnecessary doubts which are leading in our way, which are misleading our way, so those thoughts can get numb. So that is why we are always being told, you know, if you just let your mind be in the much calmer state, and that is when you can reduce the number of thoughts or doubts that which are stopping your direction, in, I mean, which are not letting you go in the direction that which you wanted. So I can tell you one of the example that how it actually works. So for me, when I had a first interaction with Patriji, and I had some things to manifest, and it was a very big things. Then I've shared this in my first class too. So he did it, but after that, he is again never with me, and he is not going to stay with me all of the time. So I have to deal myself with my thoughts, with my life, and with my direction. But what it always is, there are four types of thinkings. Okay, one is positive thinking. No, not one is miraculous thinking, one is positive thinking, one is negative thinking, and one is disastrous thinking. So most of the time what we do is, either we do negative thinking and positive thinking together, or negative thinking, disastrous thinking together. So above the bar, it is positive thinking and miraculous thinking. Below the bar, it is negative thinking and disastrous thinking. So when this is happening, see, if you are half of the time with the positive affirmations, and again half of the time if you are with the doubts, your doubts are your negative thinking. So if you really think negative, and that is how is your disastrous thinking, right? So what is happening is, if you are 10 affirmations positive, you have 10 affirmations positive, and still you have a doubt in your back of the mind saying that is it possible or no. So you yourself should validate that, see, I have 10 yeses and 2 nos, still it's a doubt. If you have 2 doubts, so why am I even letting those 2 doubts in? So it's just that, have a strong affirmation and leave it, because you have sowed the seed and it will grow every day. All you got to do is, why do we feel it? Why do we dream it? Because we have to water it every day. If you keep your affirmation or your thought alive, so you have to water it every day. But where do we get water from? We need an energy bank. So that is why we have to meditate. If you are meditating, then you will have enormous lively energy which you can provide it, because every day we do many things, talk to many people, we drain ourselves, right? So it needs some fresh energy, because we are pushing into this existence. So just water it and meditate as much as you can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. Now, other persons are talking, then I'll just come back. Okay, let us. Thank you.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, sir. I have a question in the chat, Sohana. There could be some things that are bound to happen in their own way, even if we want them to happen in a certain way, because of law of karma. how does that correlate with a positive thought?
Okay. So, cause and effect. Okay. I've been consciously meditating since my 12th standard. Okay. Before my 12th standard, I wasn't conscious. I wasn't aware. I wasn't mindful. So I didn't know what was I doing, what was I talking, what was I acting. But though I am meditating, though I am following Eightfold path, right speech, right concentration, right thoughts, but still I am getting negative things in my life. But why? Because before 12th standard, before previous lifetimes, did I know to be aware? Did I know to be mindful? We didn't know. Before this mindful process, we just did accordingly what we knew. We acted in that way, that certain ways. So for everything, we are paying it back. That cannot be this lifetime. That can be any previous lifetimes also. So with any previous lifetimes, whatever it is, we are just paying it back. So if you are being in certain situations, if you think that, I didn't do anything, but still the situation is happening for me, then it's just that how you turn it to positive thinking. It's just that I am paying back. I am clearing all my debts. Right? So, and that is how you got to take it positive. And everything doesn't go under analysis. Just accept it. And then whatever, ho gaya so ho gaya, it's done. And you can't just change it in any ways. So all you got to do is paying it back. And when you see something that I didn't do, but why am I being in this situation? Then you should realize this is from somewhere past lives or somewhere. I think, hope I have answered the answer. Yes, and that is why we need meditation. To neutralize them, we are doing meditation. If you meditate, you actually reduce the effect. For what all causes it was, you can reduce the effects of it. That is why we meditate. So how do we neutralize? To be frank, to neutralize it, realization is the only key. If you realize for your mistake that what we have done, and your effect will be gone. But our minds don't easily get into a realization state, because we are not analytical, we are not logical, right? We need thousands of logics to prove it right. Yes, we are right, and that is how we realize. But it's not just that. Whatever it is, if you actually realize from your heart within, and that is how your effect is done. So what happens if you meditate? You get neutralized. I mean, you get thought. You go into thoughtless state. When you are with full of energy. What do you say? Full of energy. If you need energy, what are you doing? You are contacting your subconscious mind. Right? When you're contacting your subconscious mind, you are in your soul. You're beyond the body. So beyond the body, more than this physical world, you are seeing it. You know why it is possible? Everything is possible for God. Why it is not everything possible for human being? And that is what we are taught. Because God is beyond this physical reality. He's bigger than everything, right? So the God within you is also bigger than that. You meditate, you get in contact with it, and then your realization starts. And the biggest problems with these two eyes can be so disastrous. But the biggest problem, whichever that was, with your mind's eye, it's very simple. It's very simple, because your subconscious mind has the wisdom, which is called unlimited. So it can access anything from it. So
yeah, thank you, Sohana. It's like next, Vanaja ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sohana ji, and thank you, everyone. Good morning and happy Independence Day today. It's a wonderful day too. I have a quick question. It's like day to day we face. I'm pretty sure everyone faces it. So we have to be positive all the time, whichever way the other person behaves. Sometimes we see them mature people. Sometimes we think they are immature, but they have reasons why they behave also. There are a lot of things actually with coming to the, like what we do, we try to calm ourselves and trying to, sometimes you have to be quiet as well, to keep up the relations, either friends, relatives, anyone. So in this situation, like sometimes you lose your patience. How many years you try, but they don't change. They don't change. They always think that things has to happen their way, not others' way. And they know they are doing wrong as well, because sometimes they express, they know that. But what we do in this situation, no matter how positive you are, years and years and decades gone, but people don't change. And we try to be positive, maintain the same relationship, everything. But in that situation, what we do in that case? Do we ignore, or do we stay away, or what do you do?
Yes, Vanja Garu, and this is a very good question. So, because this is common with everyone, first of all, and in this situation, I can only just tell one thing is stoicism. Okay, uh, you don't have to count how many times we have tried. We don't have to count. I'll tell you a greatest example. I had my paternal grandmother who was very, very, very loving and affectionate towards me. My father's mother, who was very affectionate to me, but wherein she has a daughter-in-law, my mom, but she wasn't friendly with her. She loved me as a grandchild, but she never, I mean, I couldn't see nothing positive gestures in front of my eyes. So I was not pissed off with her because my mom is not um, a housewife, or she is like a chairman to certain set of multiple group of institutions, and she works so hard all the day. She will deal thousands of people. Coming back to home, this big boss lady needs to deal with the another old lady every day. My mom, trust me, she tried it all her life. From the day one, she got married at the age of 21-year old, and at 21-year old, I was still in my masters, having parties and enjoying all the life. And she had to deal with all of those. But every day I keep questioning her, why do you be so silent when she's doing this much to you? And she's like, she said, she is my husband's mother, and though I'm a boss to all these people around, but still she is my boss. So though she accepts me as her daughter-in-law or no, I am going to do it. She did it nice throughout all her life. I mean, she kept on doing it. And my grandmother, she realized at a point. Trust me, I've been seeing this since I was 3-year-old or 4-year-old. Then I was 19, 20, and that is when my grandmother started being so nice to me. But I wasn't nice to that. I've lost my patience, but my mom kept on trying. My mom was fine, but I wasn't fine by the time she left this earth, because I still had that unfinished contract. I kept on looking her from the anger side. I was not nice with her anytime. I started missing her the moment she left. Though she was very angry lady, though she was, looking for every keen things, very signifying lady, I mean, like, I didn't like it, but I started missing her. Wherein my mom didn't. Because she said, I have done what all I had to do. And I have no guilt. I had lots of guilt with them. So it's just that it's relationships. So for relationships, it's just that no matter though they accept it, they take it, it's not our responsibility. Doing is just our responsibility. So we are responsible for our things. We are doing it nice, do it nice, play it nice, that's it. So no other go. So though they take it, they realize that's it, stand there. You don't have to go anywhere. That's the story of Gautam Buddha and Yashodhara, where he left his palace, wherein she was there with her relationships, dealing with his parents, her parents, all her family, but still she was nice. So you don't have to walk away anywhere. Stay out of it anywhere. It's just that they want to prove their point. Give them a chance to prove them their point. 1,000 times, 2,000 times, doesn't matter. Just give them until they satisfy.
Thank you,
So,
Sohana.
thank you.
Thank you. That's nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Vanaja ma'am, for asking it. So yeah, I actually like the way you said, like, don't count it. Like normally we end up counting it, like I've tried these many times, these many times. That actually, I love the way you you have discussed it, Sohana. So yeah, yes, yeah. We have one more question. So as they say, God or nature will only you what we need irrespective of what we want, or can we achieve what we want with positive thought and meditation? Is this still in mature in a balance, some balance? Yeah, mature's balance, nature's balance, probably.
Actually, I didn't understand that question, but
Yeah, need, I mean, probably it's like irrespective of what we want, can we achieve it? Probably whether by using positive affirmations and by meditation.
okay.
So can we, I mean, is it possible to achieve it, though it might not be in our purpose of life? Probably, yeah, I think that way.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, we need something. It's definitely all you got to do is sow a seed, let it grow, water it every day. Apart from that, nature's balance. Okay. Is it still in the nature's balance? Okay, so most of the time, see, this might look funny, but I am going to tell it because you have to understand this. Uh, I always, okay, my mom every day she pushes me saying that you need to get married, and every year is counting and we are going ahead. And she keeps telling me this every day. And I am a person uh, who is not ready for it right now. So I keep giving her very naive reasons where I leave her in a very doubtful state that she has to figure it out until I call her back again and talk to her. So at that time, I have my own set of dreams and I have my own set of desirable person. So I wanted it to manifest it. But after the point of time, I realized I am going against the nature. I am manifesting it, but I am going against the nature. Against the nature for what? Against me, against my God, against my good. Then I realized it. Then I was like, I have to leave this and I just cannot carry it much more forward. So what I did it, we have that instinct within us. We are not okay leaving certain things. So I had to end up with the negative states of thoughts or so. Then I didn't want it to cry because crying is not a good thing. So I don't want it to cry. So I was like, okay, I just want to explain myself in a better way that I can understand. So when I was looking into it, then I realized universe's rejection is something, it's a way of protection. Universe is not giving you something, this nature is not giving you something, it's a way of protection. So if you go through the video of Patriji's, he explained about manifestation and consequences. So do you understand that everything is possible in this nature, in this universe, everything, it's very easy because your subconscious mind doesn't understand a joke. It can pass anything, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're desiring for, it will manifest. But are you ready to face the consequences? So now what do we have to consider? Manifestation is normal. Manifestation is certain. But now we have to check with the consequences. If you are very good at checking with the consequences, and then that is when you will understand whether to manifest it or no. So everything is possible. Whatever you desire for is possible. But before manifestation, think of consequences. If you think of consequences, then you will know whether you want to manifest, if you can manifest or no. So I think I have answered relevantly to your question.
MS, please let us know if you're okay.
Yes, exactly.
Any other questions, friends?
So, Lavanya, actually, did you guys even complete the book called Buddha's Wife?
No, not really. No. On this platform, we didn't. Yeah.
Okay. I actually wanted to do that right after this.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll be so overwhelming with that if you can take it. I think those are the questions. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think that those are the questions. I think we don't have any more questions.
Cool.
Yeah, Shrikant Master has one more question. Yeah. Ask unmute.
Okay.
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
Yeah, because I was just talking about that, and there are so many questions were coming, so I just to back myself to that time. However, Sohana, you have cleared so many doubts of ours, absolutely clear in that. But few points still run in our mind. I don't know, it's a very funny brain. In spite of all, for example, today, attendance maybe take example of this attendance. Though the positive thinking, subconscious power is one of the beautiful subjects, to me it has happened to whomsoever. But the attendance is again, it is not increased. That means people are not still believing it. Our own group of people are not believing. That is what, for example, in this regard, I am talking to my family, to my daughter, and to my wife. After repeatedly talking, now they have got little this one that they want to work on it. I am saying they just see this what is the matter. I have just whatever you typed in me to say video clipping you have sent it, the recorded thing. I gave it to her. Now they have got it. Otherwise, the thinking is still in the same back of the mind. Even all of us affirmations they are not matching sometimes. Suppose I want to do this connected to our own family, but other two or other three family members or wherever it is, it's a group of friends. If my thinking is this and their thinking is not matching, our affirmations, do they go wrong there, or it will be nullified if it is a negative aspect in other end?
So, okay, I will repeat your question, sir. Are you asking something like this, that, if you actually suggest the other people in our family to even follow these kind of subconscious mind, thoughts and functionalities, if they understand? So,
Yes, same.
okay.
What you thought.
Okay, so basically, it's always been told that I can share an example before getting into this. Considering my both mom and dad, my parents. So my mom and dad, from their, my mom's aunt was actually learning meditation, Anapanasati meditation, and that is how she shared it with all her children and cousins and everybody started doing it. Okay, that's fine. One side of accepting, because it's like ladies, women keep on sharing things and gossiping, and that was easy for them to grasp it, but they were doing it. Somehow they saw it fascinating and they started doing it. My mom did it. How about my dad? How about me and my brother? In the family we are four, right? So then how about the other three? My mom is alone doing, and all of the time she keeps on telling us that not to eat meat, don't kill animals, and you guys keep on eating lots of meat and different kinds of meat. She kept on telling this. After a certain point she realized we're not changing, and then she stopped telling. But she was the person who was doing it. Out of all, what we started seeing is she started becoming the powerful woman and a lucky woman. And she was always an example for us. Then we used to think every situation in life is getting harder for us. And how is she even doing all these things? And everything she touches turns into a gold. Like, how is this even working out for her? And out of all, we ended up giving a conclusion statement that she's a lucky woman. But then we realized she had been following all this. She proved herself. She left herself as an example. So we got inspired. And that is when we started changing. When my dad started changing, and it became, whatever parents say, probably kids don't listen. But whatever parents do, kids do follow that. So, and that is how we started following. Then we realized whatever issue you're facing in your life, just take back your seat and meditate, and then calm yourself and start doing your things in your way. And it's just that you have to leave yourself as an example. Instead going and telling them, or instead sharing it with them, leave yourself as an example every day what you do. Because yes, people with our living in our house will definitely watch us. Oh my god, why is this person acting so weird today? Why is this person sitting and meditating? Why is this person being so calm? Why is this person not involving in any other things? It's always, if you go through the subject called new energy by Revati Devi Garu in YouTube, then you will know about she translates. Sir, are you from Telugu? Do you understand Telugu?
Not English. I can understand. I can understand, but not much. But Kannada,
Okay.
Hindi.
Okay, so Revati Devi Garu, she explains it something that if there is a discussion happening between two people in a family, then you have to actually be like a person behind the wall. Okay, if you are a neighbor and your people next to your house are just discussing, then what you gotta do? Just stay out of it and just listen there and just see it. Okay, don't analyze. So that is what Revati Devi Garu explains, that if there is something happening between two people in a family, and it's not it shouldn't be our choice to go in and have a conversation, because you're stopping the lesson what they are learning from each other if you go in between. So there is no right for us to go and suggest people to do this and that. It's their choice. When it's their time of flowering or blossoming, at that time they will definitely take charge and excel more than you. And today my mom and dad are very surprised of looking what I'm doing, because they say that we never did this much, we just did it little bit, but you are too much into it. And yes, they will turn.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
one more thing. During this, for let this
Your voice is not
physically,
clear.
when we dream about this, how it will question that. Now is it clear, madam? Hello.
No. Yeah, yes, sir. Now
Are
it's
you,
Yeah.
I'm hearing me now. Are you
Yes,
hearing
sir.
me?
Yes,
yeah,
go
yes,
ahead.
sir.
Yeah. Very important point. I wanted to just come to your point. But there is you shared your skin issue and everything. And regarding this, I had a discussion with my wife and daughter. My daughter is having some pimples issue, and my wife has got that bug color over the small side. Then they are applying all the things. And when I said no, they showed Sohana's issue. I had a discussion with her, both of them. They were impressed with that, and I showed the photo also. Then afterwards, still we have got the doubt of that one. How does it work? How this manifestation, if carrying, does it work of its own nature itself? Does it, or how do I do work for that? For example, there is a people they see applying everything, but a lot many things applied. But what I said, along with whatever you apply, we don't have any interference in that. But carry that message that it will go off, and mentally the whole hormonal changes will make help to. This is what I conveyed a message. But still, I need a clarification in this.
Yes, I will share my example definitely that what I've actually did. So here, when I actually figured out that this was all happening, and my mom was very particular about my skin tone and my everything. So she's always very being captured on it every second. So she couldn't actually take it that time, but she every week I used to get a 5 kg 10 kg courier package from India, and it was full of medicines, ayurvedic medicines, allopathy medicines, and what not. I have a whole pharmacy with me, okay, all derm pharmacy. So when she kept on sending me all of those, I realized I am not using anything on my skin. So out of all, it is that I have did something that I shouldn't have been done. So that is being affected, the cause and effect. I don't have to know what is the cause, irrespective. But first and foremost requirement is to clear this. I have to get rid of this effect. I have to pay it back. I just always, every day I sowed a thought, I was watering it in multiple ways, however ways it had been possible, because I know this is my body and I am capable of healing myself and nobody else can do that. So it's just that you have done nothing physically, but this happened. So it's just because you have to pay back something with your effects. So what I did, every day I was meditating, and there is a something called rebirthing, okay. That's an exercise of fast breaths. So before meditation I used to do 500,000 counts of fast breaths. It's just like this. So short and fast breaths, you should keep on doing it. That's actually called rebirthing or past life regression, we call it. But there are two types of it. So if you consider rebirthing, it's just that you're clearing your baggage, baggage of karmas. So you're just getting started. So with that, every day what I even did was, I was eating only fruits and vegetables. With every fruit I take in, then I used to consider myself telling that this is a part of universe and this is a medicine that I'm giving to my body. And I had a very strong faith on it. So though it's an apple, though it's a strawberry, I was just feeding myself the natural food. Those natural food, trust me, really they've changed everything, like everything. And really it worked like a medicine within me, because I am not so much person of taking a lot of tablets or medicines, or I don't want to do that, because I don't believe in man-made chemicals which can heal this body. So I don't believe in that. So I just kept on eating natural foods, rebirthing and meditation. So along with whatever you're doing, keep running in the spiritual journey. That's it, I can say.
Hope it answered your question, Shrikant sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It has answered. Definitely, I got that. Thanks a lot. Really very good answer. I got it. Now I can just start applying it. I have to just talk to them. I have to share this. My point is, in this materialistic world, there is one more doubt in our mind. Materialistic, we go on claiming it is wrong. Instead of thinking that materialistic also can be done it with full strong belief. That is what the message has come from this, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. I mean to say, I can see materialistic. Suppose I want this particular, for example, as you already gave an example, a bigger. Initially, to get a confidence on ourselves, can we go for a small affirmations and small carrying and give a small short dates like that? Then can it be done like that to build up our confidence in that manner?
Yeah,
Will
you
it
can do that. Yeah, it's a very good way of doing it.
small, for example, getting up? Of course, I am getting it. I'm doing it. I never use as on today. I since 20 years I don't use. You can say uh, alarm. No, I have to get up with at that time within 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. I'll be there. It's midnight, 3 o'clock. It might 1 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever it is. That day,
See,
whatever I decide, it comes. Yeah.
that's the biggest live example of your subconscious mind, how it can work. Every day you're making it alive. Yeah, that's a very good thing.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That's right. Now I can convey this message to others to breed that. I mean to say, other people should also sow it and do that, so that
Yeah.
it will help to others, including my family members, outsiders. That is how you are doing the job. How many people are attending? You are not bothered. But whoever attended, you have given full strength of yours. Lavanya was so conscious about her. I don't have any words to express that. Really, very, very good way. Because who will usually what happens when I have come for this, this one platform, at least minimum 100 people, 60 people, 1,000 people, if they are there, I'll be more happy to talk to them because I am seen by them. That our feeling will be there. Correct or not? But
Yes.
today, suppose even if I 2 or 3, but you are thinking maybe, I don't know. I would like to just try to correct me. You may be thinking, it is not that thousands of people are sitting and say observing me. And if they don't follow it, the purpose is not served. If one person is sitting with me, and if I convey this message, he believes me and he does it, that is 100% success. That way you may be thinking and putting it your effort. Hey, this is my way of understanding of both of you who are working on it. Even a meditation wise also, she's doing the same thing, and you are also.
First day, if you actually see that when I took my first session in here in the first week, there were only 3 or 4 people I can see, and I can see there is a.
Yes.
So I believe in
very carefully. That's why I said it. It may be because how many people are attending is not important for us.
Yes.
Whoever attends, they are giving their, they believe it. Then my purpose of conveying the message to him is rather than attending 1,000 people, nobody bothers about following. Correct?
Yeah, you're
This is
right.
what yeah. Thanks a lot, Sohana, Lavanya. Really no have one. And next classes, I'm eager to talk to you. I will be attending all the classes. Let it be midnight, but I'm not bothered.
Sure, sir.
Really. Thank you.
Thank you
If
so
any
much.
doubt, Lavanya, in the both of you, I will trouble you in between also when I come across any confusion. It's okay?
Yes, sir. It is
Yeah.
okay.
But not all times. I will try to convey the messages at your convenient time and I'll get it back. Okay? Once again, thank you very much. No words to share with you again. Great. Great masters. Really, I'm impressed on that. And I'm following the Lavanya's classes also.
Wow.
Yeah, we are doing 41 days group meditation, Sohana. Yeah.
Wow. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. That is actually in India, it is around 4:45 to evening 4:45 to 5:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm attending
great.
it. Anyway, thank you. Somebody is wanted to talk to you. Thank you for sparing. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for joining even in odd times from India. From MS, thanks Shrikant sir for making these sessions very lively and interactive. These discussions really help to reinforce the messages. Yes, thank you, MS. Chandana, very well said, sir. Thank you, Sohana and Lavanya. It's a very helpful session to everyone who is attending. And thank you so much, Sohana. I know you are you have a pretty packed one, so couldn't leave you.
No worries. Thank you, Lavanya. Thank you so much, and all the team here. And I'm so grateful, and that I can just share all whatever I have. And yeah, right now I can say that is all I'm thankful. Like, and I have very important thing to go and get it done. So I'm sorry. I think I will not be there for meditation, and I think Lavanya can do it really good. On behalf of me today, I actually wanted you to do. So thank you so much, Lavanya, in advance too. And see you all in the next week. And hope Lavanya should leave now.
Yes, sure. Please go ahead. Thank you, Sohana. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Friends, we will be sitting for a meditation of 10 minutes. So I'll be playing music. So wherever you are, please take comfortable posture. Give me a minute here, a second, so that I can share sound. Wherever you are, please take comfortable posture. Lock your hands, leave it in your lap. Gently observe your breath. Relax your body. Observe your breath. Our breath is our guru. So let us be with our breath. No thoughts whatsoever. Kindly be with your breath. Kindly be with your breath. No thoughts whatsoever. Kindly be with your breath. Let us bring back our consciousness. Gently rub your hands. Place it on your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Open your eyes and have a beautiful smile on your face. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining in today. Please do join our 41 days group meditation, along with it upcoming next week Sohana's class. So I appreciate whoever who has joined in today, and thank you so much for everyone. Thank you, friends.